Al was, well, he was born in Douglas, Arizona in '45, and he was there for up through his 8th grade year, and his dad passed away in an accident at work. And so his mom and dad are originally from Zapata. So after the death of his dad, they decided to move back, and so they ended up staying in Laredo. That's where he met my mom in high school. Right after high school, he went to the Navy for a little bit, got out of the Navy, and joined the Highway Patrol, and that was in '68. And then from '68 to '78, he was a highway patrolman in Longview area. In 1978, he made the Rangers and was stationed in San Antonio. And I was born in '82. You know, I think me and my dad, I know most fathers and sons feel like they have a very close relationship, but I really honestly feel like we were like best friends. And so there's just so many memories to think about. You know, early memories of I'd come home from school. I was big in Little League, and I was waiting for 5 o'clock. And 5 o'clock, that's when Dad's rolling in. And he'd be in his rig, and I'd be out there with my ball and glove, ready to go. And hurry up, Dad, go change. We got to play with ball. So, excuse me, it's hard not to be emotional about this.
He mentored a lot of people. There were, you know, I consider him one of my mentors. I know Jim Scoggins, Ranger Lieutenant in Waco, considers him one of his mentors. Matt Cawthon, Ranger retired out of Waco. Jim Denman. So he mentored, he passed that on to so many people, and a lot of people don't care enough to do that, or they're too wrapped up in themselves. And Al was a mentor to us. Your dad was just an old shoe leather policeman that in this city, if somebody was trying to hide in San Antonio, your dad would find him. And he had that reputation throughout the Rangers, you know, that if you give him the name, you tell him this is who I'm looking for. And I'm talking about old-fashioned police work, working with CIs, you know, confidential informants, contacts at the YMCA, all these different places that I would follow him around, and he knew somebody everywhere that would give him information on how to find somebody. Kind of like learning in a class on how to do that, you know, step by step. We're going to go here first, we're going to do it this way first, and that's why I say he was a mentor, you know.
Dad was supposed to escort Governor White here in San Antonio. I guess they're going to the convention center or somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so my dad's driving and Governor White's there with him, and they're driving into town. And I believe it was Bruce Castillo was supposed to be right behind them. And I guess they were in downtown area and they got caught up in a little bit of traffic, so Bruce was a little bit behind them. And they pull up to a stoplight, and they look over, him and the governor, they look over and they see 2 guys beating up on one guy. There's an assault taking place. And I can only imagine the predicament that my dad was feeling at the time. He was like, you know, if someone's physically getting hurt there, that's my job is to protect people, right? His job is also to protect the governor too. So I can only imagine the wheels spinning in his head on that situation. So so he kind of looks over at the governor, and the governor looks over at him, and the iconic words that he says is, "Sick 'em." So my dad bailed out of the car, ran over there, and tackled one of the guys. And then, from what I'm told, he handcuffed him, and then ran over to the other guy, tackled him, handcuffed him. And being a police officer, I can kind of understand, you got 2 combatants here. I'm in a pickle. So he turns and looks around the other way, and he sees the governor holding down
the other guy.
The other guy. And man, that is a moment right there. The governor of the state of Texas is helping you out and backing you up. You know.
Any lessons you learned growing up that served you as, doesn't have to be served you as a Ranger, but just served you in life?
There's a lot to choose from. He had some sayings, and they stuck with me. You know, one of the bigger ones was, "Son, keep the main thing the main thing," and which is a general statement, but when applying to whatever problem I have or whatever situation I have, it really simplifies the problem. So he had a way of really using logic and systematically solving problems, whether it's work, a math problem, or relationships, or whatever the deal is. He had a really good way of breaking things down and figuring out what's the real problem, the root, and then solving them piece at a time. And a lot of the Rangers around me have helped me with that too. I've learned a lot as far as taking a step back and just looking at the problem from a far view and figuring out where the best way to go with that. I think a lot of people get caught up in this line of work of chasing down this trail, and he's really taught me to take the blinders off and take a moment to really think things through all the way. And he told me one time, it was 5-6 years ago, I'd gotten some award or something, and I showed it to him, and I was expecting a great big, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, this, that, whatever, because it was this award, and it had something to do with the Rangers. I wasn't a Ranger at the time, but it said Rangers on it. And I was surprised at his reaction. It wasn't what I was expecting. And it was because he said, you know, don't let the Rangers define who you are. He said, I'm not a Texas Ranger. I'm a dad. I'm a father. I'm a husband. So, you know, it was, it dawned on me that, yes, he valued the Rangers. He valued the everything that goes with that. But he was looking at the big picture, and he was realizing that, you know, don't focus so much on this right here. Realize that you have to be a man. You have to be a father. You have to be a son. And that's what's more important than anything else. He used to say that he won the lottery by having 4 great kids. But I really think we won the lottery having him. So